Hello everyone, welcome to my Java tutorial. And in this tutorial, I'll be teaching you inheritance. So let's begin. Now, consider this class which I've created. So I've created a class C1 which is having two integer variables and I've assigned some values to it. And also it is having two methods M1 and M2. Okay. Now, in the main method, I've created an object of class C1 and I'm just printing the variables and also I am invoking the methods. So let's just run this program and see what we get the output. And yes, as you can see, we get the output as expected because the value of A is 10, the value of B is 20, and also the methods are executed properly. Okay, so this is done. Now, what if I want to create another class which will have all the contents or all the members and methods of C1, and apart from that, it will have something of its own, right? So I want to create a class, let's say class C2, and this class should have all the member variables and all the methods of C1, and apart from that, it should have some member variables and methods of its own. So how do I do that? I'll probably copy this entire stuff and paste it over here, and then I'll add some other variables which will be of C2. Okay, so let's say C is equal to 30 and int D is equal to 40. Okay, and I'll also create two more methods. Okay, M3 and M4. Okay, and internally I will write of C2 and C2. Okay, so I've created two more methods and two more variables, right? So this is the way I would normally do it, right? So I wanted all the contents of C1 and I want to add some extra part which will be of C2. Okay, so in this C2 class, I'm having all the contents of C1 as well as some extra things of C2, right? Now this looks like a bad programming practice because we're just copy pasting some things, right? And for solving this issue, Java has provided us the concept of inheritance. So what inheritance does is it allows new classes to be derived from existing classes, right? So we don't have to do all this. So what we have to do is we just have to write the new things which we want to add, okay, and remove the existing things. Okay, so how do we get these things into our class C2 then? Because these are two different classes, right? So yes, Java has a facility for it, and it is inheritance. And how do we inherit from a class? So we have a keyword over here which is called extends, and then we just specify the class from which we want to inherit. Okay, so by doing this, what will happen is this class C2 will get all the member variables and methods of class C1, and apart from that, it will have something of its own, right? So at the end, we can say that this class C2 is having all the four variables A, B, C, and D, and all the four methods M1, M2, M3, and M4. So let's just run this program to check if we are right. So I'll create an object obj2 of C2, new C2. Okay, and I'll just do the same things again. Okay, I'll try to display all the values of the variables. So A, B, C, and D, and also I'll invoke the methods obj2.m1. Okay, and similarly M2, M3, and M4. Okay, so let's run this and see if we get the correct output. Okay, yeah, and yes, the object should be obj2. Yes, now it should work. So let's run this, and yes, as you can see, we got the correct output. So this object of C2 is having all the four variables and it is having all the four methods. Okay, so this is the output: 10, 20, 30, 40, M1 of C1, M2 of C1, M3 of C2, and M4 of C2. So that is the benefit of inheritance. And I would like to conclude by saying one statement. The main purpose of inheritance is code reusability. Okay, so as you can see here, we have just reused some existing code into our new code, right? So that is the benefit of inheritance. So thank you for watching. See you in my next tutorial.